AraMark is a company. If you look at it right there, it used to be, I think, one of my companies. Maybe it has something with JFK or something. That used to be a star, actually, and then it had a bunch of scandals and it was involved in a bunch of things. I forget. And then they just chopped off the top of the star, basically put that little thing. I think it's AraMark, but it used to be AirMark or whatever. I think it used to have something to do with the American government or me or White Star Lines. Like I said, my shipping company shipped around the world. Lucifer White Star Lines, the what's it called? The Titanic, stuff like that. Anyway, though, I believe you should look up Ronnie Beretti and basically AirMark or ARMark. Ronnie Beretti is one of those people. He did a lot of stuff. He may have. I don't know. I don't know if he's really a good. Honestly, I don't really know if he's a good guy or not a good guy. I just know his involvement with some truckers. He was having some people shoot truckers, maybe German truckers or truckers in the Southwest. Basically, him and his family were basically breaking into trucks that, truckers would, people that own trucks would be driving trucks across the desert or something like that. And I believe he was one of the people that was hijacking trucks. I don't really know. Like I said, I don't know. You're gonna have to ask him. But anyway, though, there's a big scandal where ARMark, and it may have actually have some involvement with the Chinese government or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Basically, people were going to be starving in jail. There was, we're talking about the total collapse of America, pretty much. Without me in command, and with the death of JFK, and you have a whole bunch of congressmen, and basically, with the nightmare that was basically the collapse of the Republican Party. When it came out about the White Star Line or the White Star submarines that were basically being civilian submarines that were being used for pirating back in 1940, 1950, 1960. Eventually, the truth did come out, and like I said, a bunch of people were getting locked up. So a bunch of gang members, a bunch of black people, a bunch of other people were like, "What the fuck?" And they were running around and basically looking up these companies and trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Like, who named America? What is America? Who built the Constitution? Like I say, I mean, a lot of people in the world, even the Hell's Angels, a lot of people are like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, there's America, there's the Constitution, there's all these buildings and all this stuff, and nobody knows anything. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows anything. There's a bunch of people singing and dancing, a bunch of people partying, a bunch of people doing stuff, but nobody knows what's going on. Like, and that's the thing. He was like, there's just JFK, and JFK or Nixon was planning to basically blow up the world. But basically, you had no idea, that there's just a bunch of stuff in books and stuff like that, and nothing makes sense. No, it didn't. It didn't make sense. Who named America? Who created America? Who created our Constitution? You do the research and there's not that many facts for anything. There's almost nothing supporting, I don't think. I don't know. But a lot of things didn't make sense. Who's protecting? Who's doing anything? There is some involvement with the presidency and stuff like that. But I mean, who is in command of this planet? Who's running this place? Anyway, though, there's some Middle East and some gypsies and some other people. There were people that were keeping an eye on things, basically. But anyway, though, as far as who the American president was, who named this country, who's Lucifer Star? Who's LS? Anyway, you'll be wondering exactly, like who invented Casio? Who created the SR-71? Who invented this stuff? There are no answers, really. Well, it's because I did. Well, there's some answers. But it was just like a whole bunch of people anyway, whatever. Anyway, though, you'll be left asking a lot of questions. Like who's locking up these people? Why are they being locked up? Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, though, the only thing that was apparent is basically that nobody was in command. Well, I mean, I was in command, basically. But they were trying to kill me and submerge me. Anyway, though, whatever. I don't really give a crap anymore. It doesn't matter to me. I would rather just play my games and just go, oh, well. I'm your creator. I was the one building your civilization. And basically your civilization started to collapse. Anyway, I was like, whatever. I mean, I'll deal with it when I'm 40, or I'll deal with it later on. Anyway, I'm the person who named your country, and a bunch of people have been denying me and trying to kill me or trying to submerge me. And a bunch of other people are just going out there partying, having sex, breaking the law, killing people. It was chaos. For a minute, the world went through chaos. Anyway, whatever. Like I said, some people in the Middle East, some other people, a bunch of other people finally, I don't know. People had a choice, at some point in time. Like I said, Lucifer White Star Alliance could run for a long time and nobody would know the difference. No one would notice that I was dead. No one would know that your creator was gone or that you're president. Anyway, like I said, Jimmy Carter actually got pretty far considering he wasn't really president. Nor was Nixon he was kind of president. Well, Nixon really wasn't president. Actually, it was JFK that was president, and then he just didn't leave. Anyway, Nixon was a very bad person. Hey, whatever. I don't really care anymore. The truth of the piracy, of what they were doing with White Star ships, of all the killing that they did, and everything else. Like Japan and China and like people like Putin and some other people had to deal with it. Had to clean up the mess. I had to clean up messes. Hey, whatever. Like I say, I don't care. Basically, you have a bunch of people like Bill Gates or Zachary running around doing shit. And believe it or not, the truth is that there are so many people tearing and ripping apart and doing whatever that your civilization almost literally collapsed. It did collapse. That's why they called it Black Tuesday and Black whatever. Like your world almost collapsed. Anyway, and like I said, I don't really give a fuck. I named your country. I did this. I did that. I was your commander-in-chief. I was the one who was looking after your military, designing the military, the procedures of the military, stuff like that. It was me and a bunch of other mercenaries and a bunch of other people, basically. We were trying to keep civilization together for the children, at least long enough that it's a beautiful planet. And maybe you could work it out for yourselves. Like I say, I don't really care. A bunch of annoying people would come around me going, like, shut the fuck up. I don't really give a fuck. I'm the person who named America. I'm the person who designed your civilization. I'm the person who designed your body form. You can figure it out for yourself. You're an adult. You're an intelligent, sentient creature. Figure it out. I say, I don't really care anymore. I've been held hostage, killed, denied. A bunch of really horrible shit has happened to me. I was the best person ever. I was the person who created the stars and created you. I was just on vacation. Your Lord is walking among you and me. A bunch of people were like, anyway, they were lying. They were lying about everything. They weren't anything. Saying things like need to know, top secret, national security, blah, blah. The truth was they didn't know shit. They're just trying to bluff their way through until they figured it out, which they probably never did. Like I said, my systems and my countries and the way everything was organized was very, very, very interlaced and very, very unique. Upon my death and upon other people's death, things started to come apart, I'm sure. I don't really care. Like I said, and that's not even the best part. The best part is that there's 12 more life form types out there that are all sentient. Anyway, there's a lot of war and a lot of other stuff, and I don't really know. I was technically dead. Anyway, ask Ronnie Beretti. Ask Richard Nixon, or ask one of the stupid fucking congressmen. But I created your laws. I set up your government. I'm the one who dictated everything about how everything was going to be designed and everything was going to be built and how everything would work together. I invented the FBI, the CIA, the United States Council or Board of Directors underneath the President and Vice President. Everything about your government, everything about your country was my design. So it was my idea. It was put into action. And also things like Casio keyboards and getting electronic keyboards and everything else. Technically, you could call me God, but my name is Lucifer. I'm a person. And I was more than that. Now you'll be saying, you're crazy. You know, going and getting drugs and trying to tell people that drugs are illegal. Drugs aren't illegal in like 3 or 4 countries. You can have as much as you want. I don't really care. I had my researchers design and build them and refine them and make them perfect. Bunch of Vietnam vet biker people messed it all up, or something like that. We're creating bathtub acid or bathtub methamphetamine, experimenting with drugs like idiots. I don't really know. Go ask them. Go ask people the people that you know as the Hells Angels biker group. Go talk to them about what they've done. Like they were shooting people in China and other countries. They were doing something. I have no idea what they were doing. Making deals in the desert with the Mexicans. I don't really know. I don't really care.